So I had a lot of requests, and I was talking to my sister, and she had never heard this story about us fishing in Dayton.
Oh my goodness!
And I wanted to make sure that Andy and Brenda are still listening. Okay.
Okay.
And but I told her that I would play this for her during the show, and then I got a lot of requests of people want me to do this or do that or whatever. But I wanted to play this for you and make sure that everybody, those who've been listening a long time, have heard this story before. You probably haven't heard it.
I haven't.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if they're still listening or not, but I'm going to play it anyway. Let's see here. And this is for my sister, Judy, who, by the way, was left out of the obituary.
She wanted you to say that.
She wanted me to make sure that I mentioned that. And, and then, of course, my name was wrong in the obituary as well.
That's okay.
It's Danny Lynn Goforth, and that's not my name. And, but you got to understand what we're dealing with. Tried to give you a precursor to what happened, So, but anyway, all right. So here we go.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people were going to stay yesterday, but we got up early, hit the ground running, and went and got some breakfast down here at Dockside, and then we went on this journey to get some fishing license and crickets.
Oh boy, here we go.
Now, I just want to tell everybody that's listening in the immediate area here that the Dayton Bait and Tackle Shop does not have crickets or fishing license.
Now, how do you not have crickets or a fishing license and you're a bait and tackle shop?
Well, not only that, you are the center point for the bass tournament in the whole state of Tennessee.
That's right.
And, it was like, I'm going to write a book one of these days called The What the Hell Moments. And this was definitely a what the hell moment as I went to tell her, I said, hey, I want to get some crickets and we need to get a fishing license. We don't have any crickets. I'm like,
you don't have any crickets?
And, of course, my immediate response was, well, what the hell? It's a bait and tackle store. I said, well, can we get some fishing license? We don't do that here. I'm like, you don't have fishing license at the bait and tackle store in Dayton? And about this time, she's recognizing that my blood pressure is going up a little bit, right?
Oh, definitely.
Bass capital of Tennessee.
Like, Danny, quit embarrassing me.
Yeah, so she's like, it's okay. I'm like, it's not okay. They don't have crickets at the bait and tackle store.
You got to go to Walmart.
I think this is a problem.
We got to go to the Walmart.
I said, so why do you not have fishing license? Because now I'm curious of what they don't have, right? And
we don't have beer.
She's like, she says, we don't have anything you want. We don't have fishing license. We don't have crickets. We don't have beer. We don't have cigarettes. We don't have nothing. I'm like,
well, what kind of joint is it?
You might want
water, and you're a bait and tackle.
Yeah, you are a bait and tackle on the water in the middle, and out in the parking lot. They had the whole parking lot roped off for the big stage where they're going to announce the bass tournaments this weekend. And I would think that somewhere along the way, so I asked them, I said, how long have you been in business? She said, well, we've been here for about 5 years. And I'm like, in 5 years, you haven't been able to get fishing license at the bait and tackle store? And so it come down to a $3,000 printer. And of course, I'm like, in 5 years, you couldn't afford to buy the printer. Come on, man. Come on!
Yes, but then we go up to Walmart and get a license printed off a regular printer that costs probably less than $100
right
on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, that's the way they're doing it nowadays. They don't have.
And I got frustrated, and then the last thing we want to do is go to Walmart. Okay.
Hate Walmart.
Because we were overdressed. We didn't have our pajamas on or nothing. And, we knew we were going to stand out in a crowd. And we did. We walk in, and immediately there's a guy, in his pajamas looking at new pajamas. And I'm thinking, yeah, you need to get some more of those. Those are sagging a little bit there in the back. And
oh, man.
It was
the Dayton Walmart.
The Dayton Walmart. So then we make it over to the, and of course the problem with Walmart is you can't never find nothing, right?
No.
So we find the I guess, the sporting area. And we go over there, and there's these two cats from Dayton, and they're in an in-depth conversation about absolutely nothing. And so we, there's nobody at the counter.
Is this the one where you say, "Hi, how you doing?" And then it just blows up.
It
from
blew
there?
up from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to look for help, right? I need somebody. So I had to go find Bob, who's putting up WD-40.
No. So okay, wait a minute. So back up. So Danny
Back
says.
up. Let's hear the whole story.
So Danny says he's punching me. He says, "Let me go find some cat named Bob, so he can probably get over here and get our license." So he goes around the corner. And he gets this dude, and he's putting up WD-40 on the shelves, and he says, "Can you come over here and get us a license?" And then Danny's poking me and says, "Look at his name tag. Look at his name tag. Look at his name tag."
She's like, "What? What? Quit poking me."
His
I'm
name was Bobby.
And that is not something you can make up.
No, absolutely. No, the whole experience. And then, so we're waiting for Bobby to get situated, which then he goes down this long list. What kind of license you want? You want to fish in the county? You want to fish in the city? You want to fish in the state? And what kind of fish you want to catch? And what do you want to catch it with?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to fish in the state of Tennessee because that's happened to be where we're at right now. And I want to catch anything I want to catch with what I want to catch with. Okay. There's a 50 cents difference in license. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
But now, if you want
go
to
ahead.
catch,
Here's $5. Go ahead.
so if you want to catch trout, it's $22 more. So my question is, if you're fishing and a trout accidentally jumps on your line,
Right.
but you got
What
a
do
fishing
you do?
license, what do you do?
I'm going to stop you right there
Okay.
because trout swim in much colder water.
Yes,
than-
I know that. Like
than-
Hiwassee, and they swim in, the rivers.
That's right. And
But
there's
just
no
because-
chance you'll catch a trout if you're going out to watch.
Okay, let's just say I'm at the Hiwassee River and I decide I want to catch a bass. And so a trout jumps on my line. Now, what am I going to do?
Well, I'll
am
tell
I
you
going to
right
tell
now.
these people, hey, well, I was out here catching bass. That trout just jumped on my line.
Yeah, well, if the game warden comes up at that moment in time and says, "Did you just catch that trout?" And I'm like, "No, he caught me. I was fishing for catfish or whatever. I don't know anything about this crazy trout. What's it doing up here anyway? The water's too warm."
No way.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Well, there's a whole nother racket going on with license that we stumbled across.
Well, speaking of the lovely city of Dayton, my friend Jamie was having technical issues a while ago, so she did not hear my shout out, and she lives in Dayton. So I would like to say good morning again to Jamie. Good morning, Red. Hope you have a great day today.
Yes,
morning.
Jamie. Now listen, if you need
Don't
license,
go to the bait and tackles.
And don't go to the Walmart.
yeah, don't go to the Walmart. But I find it hard to believe that you are. I mean, there must have been $500,000 worth of bait and tackle stuff in this store. Okay,
Of course.
but they're going to send us down to the Walmart, where everything's got to be a little bit cheaper, to get our license. And I said, well, where am I going to get some crickets at? And that's a whole other thing. Like the lady, Miss Johnson, who brings the crickets, she's going to be here in about an hour and a half. I'm like, well, what the hell? You think I'm going to wait around here for an hour and a half? That's not going to happen. The whole thing was like, see, things that gets on my nerves, and I'm a very calm, cool, collective kind of guy, right? Kind of easygoing, never meet a stranger and all that stuff, but
Until you meet stupid people.
I cannot, stupidity gets on my nerves, and lazy-mindedness. Now, if you're going to run a bait and tackle store, you need to sell license, for God's sake. And I proceeded to tell her so, Now, in fairness to that particular place, they actually have a really good restaurant there, and they have one hell of a hamburger there. I used to go down there for lunch. But,
That's a true statement.
if you really want to be a serious fisherman down there, don't go there.
Well, so now let's finish the story about what happened at the Walmart after we got Bobby to get our license.
So Johnny's standing there, who looks like, he had been transported to us in a time machine that
Yes,
morning.
he had a mullet.
And I said, all I did was say, hello, how are you? Because I'm trying to get Bobby to focus on his job, Bobby had to get an extra big chair to sit in. And once he got situated, I just wanted him to focus on our license. I just want to get the hell out of Walmart, man. I want to go fishing. This has been a journey. This has been 6 weeks in the making of just trying to fish in Dayton. All right? So I mean, I'm on a mission at this point.
After several attempts, you're finally getting there.
So Johnny walks up and I said, "Hello, Johnny." Or I said, "Hey, how are you?" Or I said, "Hello," or whatever. It wasn't much because I wasn't really acknowledging it. I didn't want to talk to Johnny. I went to talk to Bobby. So Johnny says, "Well, I'm doing all right, except for my cousin. He's on meth and he's doing coke and he's he's tried to kill our mama and he's taking Grandpa's land." I'm like, "What the hell?" Damn, Johnny.
I mean, this guy just walks up
y'all need to take
him.
Johnny out behind the woodshed and beat his ass.
He just walks up and starts telling. I'm thinking, I don't believe I'd have told that.
I think I would have kept that to myself.
Hippie chicks like trying to keep my blood pressure from getting up and just get the hell out of Walmart. But it was not, So I know Dayton is a small town, and everybody knows everybody, But if you are, what's her name that's listening that lives in Dayton?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Or Red, a.k.a. known as Red.
All right, Red, here's what you got to do, all right? You got to go up to that bait and tackle place and tell them they need to carry fishing license and, for God's sakes, get some crickets.
Please.
Because the lady, Miss Johnson, who brings the crickets, she's not going to be there till 1 o'clock or so. I'm like, people are fishing at daylight around here. I mean, I'm looking around the parking lot. They're setting up for a bass tournament.
Right.
So, she's getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated, the girl that we were talking to. He says, "You want to call Kevin? Kevin owns the place." And I'm like, "Kevin don't care. He's probably in bed asleep. His whole business is going to hell." I just want to get out of here, man. She's like, "You want to buy this cricket bucket?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I hope to do better in the future." Oh, Lord. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Crickets are available not in Dayton. Get your fishing license at Walmart. Put on your pajamas and go in there and get them.